Mother Nature wasn't very cooperative over Mother's Day weekend, producing cold temperatures and dumping rain on the DDA's annual flower and art fair. The weather also affected the turnout at the North Oakland Community Coalition's Color Run in Friendship Park, although participants still managed to have fun. Mail carriers went out to deliver the mail and came back with bags of food during the 26th annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. And more than 50 vendors gathered under one roof during the Chamber's 4th annual Healthy Body, Healthy Mind Expo at Walden Middle School. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have these stories and more coming up in this edition of ONTV News. The Lake Orion Downtown Development Authority strives to create an environment that benefits the businesses and residents in the village. The DDA hosted an annual event in downtown Lake Orion over Mother's Day weekend, although Mother Nature must have missed the memo. On Friday, May 11th, the streets of downtown Lake Orion were closed to traffic for the 18th annual Flower and Art Fair hosted by the Lake Orion DDA. 97 vendors set up tents along Flint Street and Broadway, selling plants and flowers, art, food, and more.
15% of our square footage here is flowers and trees and vegetables, really good stuff here. And about 47% of it is garden art and jewelry and some excellent photographs and paintings. Really, really great stuff for your mom or your dad. You know, that family member who always buys exactly what they want and they've already got it by the time it's time to give them a present, will come down here and find the perfect gift for them, and they will not have seen it before, and you will be the rock star of your family.
Unfortunately, cold temperatures and scattered showers affected the turnout, forcing the DDA to close early on Friday. The fair reopened on Saturday, but the weather was only slightly better.
We celebrate the spring every single year. We've been doing this for years. We make sure that we're doing this right before Mother's Day, the Friday and Saturday before Mother's Day every year, because number one, we want to celebrate spring and have everybody come back into downtown and start off the summer season with a bang. We want to provide excellent gifts and ideas for people who are ready to start the summer off with a bang and to get some great presents, like I said, for that hard shopper. This is the perfect time to do it. All of our shops are ready for you. All the vendors are here ready for you, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody. And that's why we do this every year.
Hopefully the weather will be better on Memorial Day for the long list of events planned in Lake Orion on that day. Things will kick off at 9 a.m. with a ceremony at East Lawn Cemetery on Orion Road. At 10 a.m. a wreath will be tossed into Paint Creek to honor those who lost their lives at sea. The Memorial Day Parade will pass through the heart of the village beginning at 11 a.m. and the second annual 5K race will begin on Broadway Street at noon. The race will come to an end at the Orion Veterans Memorial, where a ceremony will take place at 1:30 p.m. ONTV will have cameras at all of those events, and we'll have highlights on our next newscast. The North Oakland Community Coalition was established in 2007 to provide education and offer programs geared toward preventing underage drinking and substance abuse. Recently, the organization hosted its annual fundraiser at Friendship Park. On the morning of Saturday, May 12th, dozens of participants braved chilly temperatures and rain to take part in the NOCC's 6th annual Color Run. Participants began arriving around 9 a.m. to check in and to take part in a brief warm-up before heading out on a 5K course through Friendship Park.
Like I said, we have just under a 5K route set up throughout Friendship Park, partially wooded, partially paved. We have 5 different color stations that are going to be set up where runners will run through color stations and our teen volunteers will be throwing color dust. Each of our stations has been sponsored. It'll be a good time.
The Color Run acts as a fundraiser to help the NOCC work with numerous community organizations in their efforts to help families in North Oakland County.
We have money that has been raised through sponsorships from local businesses, also through race registration fees from our participants, and all of the money helps fund programs that we run in the Lake Orion schools to help promote positive choices and healthy lifestyles and substance-free living.
For more information about the North Oakland Community Coalition, you can call 248-520-3796 or visit NOCCMI.org. When Church World Services began the CROP program in 1947, CROP stood for Christian Rural Overseas Program, and Midwest farmers were encouraged to share their bounty with the hungry in post-war Europe and Asia. Today, the mission has evolved as hunger walks across the country raise money to educate and feed the hungry around the world. On Sunday, May 6th, more than 150 walkers representing a dozen local churches took part in the 36th annual Oxford Lake Orion Crop Hunger Walk. Participants assembled at Christ the Redeemer Church in Orion Township for the kickoff ceremony. Then at 2 p.m., they were off. Walkers who turned left onto Walden began a 2-mile trek. Those who turned right headed out on a 6.2-mile walk. Walkers raised money to help fight hunger both locally and overseas.
The money is raised, basically the recruiters will talk to friends, neighbors, other people in their church and say, okay, we're going to be doing this walk. But the good part about this walk is the money that's raised, 25% stays locally. So with that, we have 2 organizations. One is FISH, which is a food bank, and the other is Love Inc., Love in the Name of Christ. And they divide that 25%. So it's awesome because if they raise, say, $20,000, then $5,000 is divided between those 2 organizations.
The first hunger walk took place in Bismarck, North Dakota in 1969. In its 36 years, the Oxford Lake Orion Walk has raised well over $600,000, and just last year alone, participants raised over $22,000.
It goes to fight hunger. It also helps for disaster relief. If you hear something that there's a disaster, there's a hurricane, there's something in another country, usually Church World Services is in place and they can bring people and funds and different helps to those areas. So they're all over the world. One of the other good things that they do is they teach some of these third world countries how to farm, how to container garden farming, and then they can grow vegetables and they can sell that, and they also it's an income for them to help their children to go to school and things of that nature.
The Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry depends on several major food drives throughout the year to help keep their shelves stocked. One of the biggest food drives of the year took place over Mother's Day weekend, and the Oxford Orion community really came through. Poster customers were asked to leave bags of non-perishable food items at their mailbox on Saturday, May 12th for the 26th annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. As mail carriers delivered mail, they collected the bags and brought them back to the post office.
The day starts where we have a nice big breakfast in the office for everybody to give the carriers some fuel to get them going for the day. And especially on a day like today, that's chilly, of course, and a rainy day, so it gets them a good start. And they're just, any customers in Lake Orion, they're all dropping their food off by their mailboxes, and we're picking them up. And then we have volunteers going out to help the carriers pick them up. And we actually have some companies that'll bring food for us in the afternoon. The carriers might stop back in to drop off some food, have a little lunch, and go back out, because it is a busy day because they're not just bringing in all this food, they're going out and delivering many packages with them. So their trucks are packed when they leave and when they come back.
As the mail carriers delivered the food to the post office, volunteers helped sort the food, which was then picked up by representatives of the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry.
Well, we had about 17,000 pounds last year, which is a lot. So we're expecting to beat that. If we could just beat that by 1,000 pounds, that would be great. But I would also like to mention this area, the NALC branch, the union branch for these carriers. Last year, of a group this size, they were #1 in the nation as far as the volume of food that was brought in. So that's an outstanding achievement there, but of course that's due to all the residents such as those here in Lake Orion.
After the dust settled, the Fish Food Pantry announced on their Facebook page that a total of 58,000 pounds of food was collected in the Oxford Orion area and delivered to the food pantry on Saturday. As impressive as that number is, the food pantry hands out more than 180,000 pounds of food annually. To make a donation or to volunteer your time, visit oxfordorionfish.org or give them a call at 248-628-3933. Throughout the year, the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce hosts numerous events that bring local businesses together with members of the community. Recently, the Chamber hosted an event focused on a healthy lifestyle.
Neither do we.
On Saturday, May 5th, the Chamber of Commerce hosted its 4th annual Healthy Body, Healthy Mind Expo. More than 50 vendors took part in the event, which is one of the many perks of becoming a Chamber member.
So it started with a couple of different health vendors that really wanted something that focused on their particular, professions. Your dentists, your doctors, and all of that. And I think that there is kind of a focus right now on healthy lifestyles a little bit more, I think, in the last couple of years than we've heard. So it was a request from some of our members, and so started it 4 years ago, and it's just growing and growing. So it's something that people are asking for and something that people want.
Many of the vendors offered visitors information on how to live a healthy lifestyle, including Lucky's Natural Foods, located in downtown Lake Orion for more than 40 years.
Oh, it's wonderful to come out into the community and see people and tell them about the store and tell them about the downtown and get people to come in.
What are some lessons you hope to pass along to the people who stop by your table today?
I hope that people will think that there's a lot of opportunity with natural products that they can try to help them with their health issues.
What would you say those basics are to a healthy lifestyle?
Oh, you're asking the right person for sure. That's a lot that I believe in with my business. Honestly, managing stress. I mean, I'm a nutritionist, and I would still say that stress is a really big one, because you could eat well and you can move well, but if you are stressed, you are going to have health problems. So managing your stress, learning how to eat clean, understanding what's really in our food these days. It's not the same as it used to be. And eliminating toxins, lowering your toxin amount that's in your life. So those are really 3 important things.
This was the second time the event was held at Walden Middle School. In addition to offering information and services, several vendors took part in the Soup and Stew Stroll and the Dessert Dash. Visitors were asked to sample the soups and desserts offered up and cast a vote for their favorite. The winners walked away with a traveling trophy to display at their place of business.
So the layout benefits because we're in 2 rooms. We're in the gym and the cafeteria, which is great because we're doing all the food in the cafeteria, and then the gym, we've got another 30-some vendors in there. But it's all on one floor. It's easy to reach. It's Walden Middle School. It's right smack in the middle of Orion. So we're getting, there are people in the fields playing soccer and baseball and all of those things. And so they're driving by and they can see us, and there's lacrosse going on outside. So this is a great location for everybody to be able to see what we're doing.
Speaking of a healthy body and a healthy mind, the Chamber of Commerce recently welcomed a brand new business to the community that works on your body inside and out. On Thursday, May 3rd, the representatives of the Chamber gathered at Detox Day Spa, located in the Orion Square Plaza on Baldwin Road. The business opened its doors in October of 2017, but the Chamber celebrated their official grand opening with a ribbon-cutting ceremony.
Ready? Okay. Well, it means a lot. It means that we have a lot of support within the community. It means that we have a lot of support within local government, and that's a great feeling because it validates what you're doing as a local business owner. And I think that there are a lot of local business owners in the community, and we all want to be able to make an impact. And when the impact is recognized, that's a great feeling.
Detox Day Spa offers a wide variety of services, including blood analysis, 35-day detox programs, external detox services, and body massages. Owner Anthony Bevan explains what a customer might experience during a visit.
So people are going to experience, I think, most of all, relief. There's a lot of people that come to me that have health issues that doctors can't get to, even some members of the holistic community can't get to, and we have some pretty great tools to be able to kind of identify people's issues on a cellular level. So that's really what we deal with, is cellular level health. So we can see the condition of your cells, we can see what's affecting the cells. Mostly it's oxidative stress, which is caused from a body environment that is low in pH. So we can address those things. We have solutions, programs to be able to flush the body, reset and rebuild the immune system with nutraceuticals, and retain and sustain progress that we achieve with people with nutrigenomics. So we're dealing with some pretty next level scientific stuff. I know it sounds crazy, I know it sounds weird, but I invite anybody to come in, have a conversation with me, give me a call, have a conversation with me or my staff.
For more information, including a complete list of services, visit detoxdayspa.com, or you can call 248-791-3936. You can also find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And finally, May 4th is known around the globe as Star Wars Day, as in May the 4th be with you. And for the 4th year in a row, the Orion Township Public Library hosted Star Wars Day for Lake Orion families. Held on Saturday, the 5th, the free event offered crafts, activities, and snacks to Star Wars fans of all ages.
From 10 to noon, we have crafts for children and teens. We have lightsaber pool noodles. You can make an LED May the Force Be With You card. You can make wrist porgs, which are from the newest Star Wars movie. And then from 12:30 to 2:30, we have the Ring of Steel Action Theater. They're coming, and they do live lightsaber fights. They show off Jedi armor and things like that. So that's going to be really neat.
How is the library able to put all this stuff on and bring in all these materials and everything?
We have the Friends of the Library. They fund actually all of our programs, and so through our book sales and through our gala events, they raise money, and then it goes back towards the library to buy supplies, and so we can put on these great activities for everyone.
And the lobby showcased some incredibly rare and valuable vintage Star Wars toys were on display courtesy of Rochester resident and Star Wars super collector Brian Stephen J. At 12:30, visitors were treated to a performance by representatives of Ring of Steel's Jedi Academy, who also gave attendees a few tips on handling a lightsaber.
I think it's one of those things that really all ages like it. You know, it came out, my dad liked it, and he just turned 60, and then I have my younger sister who just turned 20. You know, she likes it, so that's a 40-year age difference. So really, it's like all ages like it, and I think that's why that's what makes this program so great, is that it can be a family event. You can bring mom and dad, you can bring your children, you can bring your young children.
The first Saturday in May is also known as Free Comic Book Day, and the library got in on the fun by offering visitors a wide variety of titles donated by Primetime Comics and Cards located in downtown Lake Orion. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching.